Hello everyone. I promised you that I would um, look at all the lessons that we have done so far and kind of make maybe a quick summary for you to review, and for all those of you who haven't really been in the lessons, maybe that's a good time to maybe watch this video a couple times and yeah, maybe join us in our next session. Uh, I'll be going through these quickly, assuming that, well, you can either rewatch for a better understanding, or if this is something that you've already looked into, then it's going to be just a good refresher. Anyway, lesson one, we learned about this symbol right here, which is called the patach. X is just any sort of letter that could take its place, and the patach makes the a sound. We've seen all these examples from 1 to 4. Basically, it will just be ah. That's kind of the sound that it would make. Aleph, this is the letter Aleph, and the letter Aleph doesn't have any sound. So it will just take the movement as if it's a movement, these vowels. So the patach would be like ah. So because it's silent, it'll be like ah. We'll just take the kind of the movement that the vowel point would require of X. In this case, it's Aleph. So the way you would read any one of these examples 1 through 7 would be simply ah. So that's fairly simple. And lesson 2, we talked about the kamats, which makes the same type of sound, which is ah. We're going by the Sephardic pronunciation in our lessons. This is the way that Israelis pronounce, and this is how we'll move forward. And it basically, well, for you it's the same. There are vowels who are considered long, vowels that are considered short, and so on, but you shouldn't concern yourselves with that, at least at this stage. But what we want to know how to read. So this would be ah. All right. So same thing here. All these examples 1 through 8 would be ah. Even when you get to examples that differ, Aleph with a patach underneath or Aleph with the kamats underneath, they'll be you would read them the same way. Ah, 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 ah. So all the same. Alright, next we talked about the letter bet with the gesh inside. If it won't have the dot, it'll be like a V as in a vase, for instance. But before jumping ahead, just think about this little symbol here, this shape with the dot inside. B as in ball, right? And now you're going to basically plug in the vowels that we've learned just a few seconds ago. So the kamats makes, the patach underneath this little dash makes the a sound. And instead of the X, now we have b. So it will be ba, 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 ba. Okay, so the vowels are basically what gives any letter some sort of movement. So on its own, it's b, but when you give it some movement in these forms of vowel points, the movement will be a, so ba, essentially. Okay, so number 1 and 2, we read ba, 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 all the way through. And then you can start crafting your first words. So when we get to maybe example number 3, a, ba, 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 okay? And you can kind of craft words already with it, just like I said. Aba, ba, aba, ba, okay? So Abba is dad or father, and Ba is translated is coming or came. All right. So already you can craft your very first sentence, like Dad is coming or Dad came. Okay. And as we'll go along, the letters that we'll learn and the vowel points will help us to read more words, and as the vocabulary will expand, there's going to be a lot more that we can do with it. So without the dagesh inside the bet, it looks like v as in void, okay? And then you have also this little thing, this little vowel point, which is a silent vowel, and basically takes the sound of the letter. So v or b or whatever sound there is, and it's called the shva. Okay, so that it will be read as if, because it's silent, so v, 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 v. So because it's silent, it's as if like they are virtually the same. And then number 2, you go back to things that you've learned about the kamatz and the patach. Va, va, va. You plug it in, and it makes the same sort of sound. All right. Some more vocabulary words. Abba, we learned that before, and av, ba. So father came. So Ab would be maybe a little bit more of a formal way of saying Abba. All right. In lesson 5, we learned about the chirik. This is a chirik. It could appear as a dot like this, or together with a yud, but virtually it will make the same sound. So it'll be E, E, B, V, A, V, V. So this will be the same as this one. One is called chirik chaser and chirik maleh. Just one extra letter to basically sound the exact same way. Okay. So for example, we can practice number 3. V, V, av, viv, vi, vi. All right. Avi means my father. Okay. There might be some sound coming through the microphone. That would be my son. So if you can hear that, I apologize. If you can, great. Lesson 6, mem. This is the letter mem. Makes the sound, as in mount or mountain. And just like we did with the other letters, once we learn a particular vowel, we can just plug in whatever letter we need. So ma, mi, ma, mi, ma, mi, mi. So this is the patach, right? It makes the a sound. So if you plug in the it makes ma. This is the chirik with the yud, So it makes the E sound, plug in the mem, which makes the M sound, and it becomes me, and so on and so forth. Alright? And then as you'll continue doing that, the vocabulary will expand. You'll be able to craft more words. More words mean more vocab, and this is how you progress in the language. So me means who or who is. Me means my mother. Ima means mother. Okay. There's a note here. A dot inside a letter is called a dagesh. We kind of talked about it with the letter bet and what kind of sound it makes. And the dagesh usually emphasizes the sound of the letter. There are different types of dagesh. Let's not get too deep into it. Just remember what I said before, that the letter bet with the dagesh inside makes a b sound, and without makes a v sound. Okay, let's not get too deep into the weeds here. Okay, lesson 7, it's the letter reish. This is reish. It makes the r sound. R, well, not really R's and round, because the English R is kind of rolls a little bit. But the Hebrew reish is maybe a little softer. So I would read it like this. Ra, 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 ri, ri. Okay? And then you can craft some new words as well. Number 3, rav, rabbi, rav, rabbi. And you can guess what it is. Rav or rabbi is rabbi. Very useful word, I suppose. Oops. Let's get a bigger screen here. There we go. I think that will be much better. Okay. And basically we're just continuing with learning more letters, how they sound like, and just plugging in the vowels that we know. So hey makes the h sound, h as in whole. So when we read number 1, we see that there's a kamatz. The kamatz makes an a sound. With hey, it's going to sound like ha. Same thing with the patach, ha. With the chirik, it's hi. Patach again, ha. Kamatz, ha. And chirik with a yud, hi. Okay? And then you'll practice. I do give out homework every week where we read words. I do provide some transliteration, and you can practice reading. Also, if you want this workbook, I can send it to you. Just shoot me an email, and it will be on its way to you. Okay. A little note here for in the notebook is that at the end of the word, of a word, the hey is not pronounced. So basically, if we can look at this word right here, aleph with a kamatz and a hey right after it is basically a. Ba at the end of a letter, it kind of functions in the same way. It's I think it's called a quiescent aleph. Basically, it won't make any sound if it's at the end of a word. Same thing with a hey. So all that is all that you need to know how to pronounce a particular word, this one is kind of contained in right here in the bet. So on its own, it will sound ba, and together with the aleph, it will sound exactly the same, ba. But you will not be able to recognize what the word means because to say is coming or came is ba. This is the way you write the word with the aleph at the end. So as we continue practicing the pronunciation, it's va, ra, ma, ba, a. Okay, and so on and so forth. And now you know a few more words. So ha, it can appear with a kamatz or patach, and if it starts, it will be a part of a word, and it is the definite article. In English, it's the, and it's a separate word. In Hebrew, it's not a separate word, and it usually joins a noun. So, like in this example 13 right here, ha'av, the father, it will be joined with the noun. But it will just mean the. So ha'av is the father. Okay? Ma can also appear with a kamatz or patach. It means what is. Ba'a, so we learned about ba, which is coming or came. But verbs can appear feminine or masculine. So I can say Abba ba, so dad is coming. But I can't say Ima ba, so mother is coming. That will not be grammatically correct. I have to say Ima ba. So like in this example right here. Ima ba. Okay, so mother is coming. So the verb has to correspond to the noun, the gender of the noun. So mom is coming, Ima ba. Okay, and Amar is he said, and notice that it's he said. It's not just said; it's he said. The gender is contained within the verb. So he is she or she is. Okay, it's just a pronoun. Okay.